Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to our platform and thank you so much for joining today. So, guys, we are going to go real quick into the video, and this video is going to be only on those who intend to move to Canada using the permanent residency. Like, you want to move using the PR pathway, not through the visiting visa, but if you want to leave your home country as a permanent resident to Canada, then this is what you should expect. Now, let's take a look at, first of all, permanent residency means that you have to move to Canada. You are an international, right? But when you go to Canada, you would go as a PR, okay, as a permanent resident, and there are certain things you are going to enjoy, same as Canadian citizens, right? Now, there are requirements for you to go into this. Let me first of all break it down so that some people can understand. What are the requirements you need to actually get selected? First of all, you have to go through a platform called Express Entry. Okay, now for you to go into the Express Entry, they call it Express Entry Pool. For you to go into the pool, you need to meet 2 or 3 requirements. Now, what are the requirements? You need to have a degree. You need to have IELTS and you need to have work experience. These are my requirements, okay? Now, is it any type of degree? Yes. But what matters is not the degree. It is the work experience, because there is something called the job types and a knock code. I'm going to explain this later on. So what you need to put into consideration is, do you have the work experience? Okay, if yes, now, is your job type available? You are going to read more on IRCC. I will put a link below. Then, if yes, now do you have a degree? The degree now means that you have to now evaluate your transcript. That's why I said the requirements are WES evaluation of your transcript, then your work experience, and of course, what again? I mentioned that. Now, when you have these requirements, you can now go to the pool. The 2 things you need to go to the pool are your WES evaluation and of course your IELTS. Remember, IELTS, you need to register for it, and it's not academic IELTS, it's not UKV, it is IELTS General. Now, some people were equally asking me, Milton, what about the scores? My band score is very low. I've been writing twice, I've written twice, but I cannot get the good band score. Look, if you have a band score of maybe 6 or 6.5, and the sub scores are like 6.6, 6.6, you can still go to the pool. But remember, this is not going to help you somehow. Why did I say it's not going to help you somehow? Because Express Entry is a point-based system. It's a point-based something. They are going to select people based only on the points they have. So the higher your IELTS and the band score, the higher your chances of getting selected. For example, I always tell people who come to me for one-on-one consultation that it's better for you to struggle and get at least a 7.777 all through if you can struggle, but if you can write best or better, you should get something at least 7.5, 7.5 all through to the band score and above. Because the higher your band score for especially some sections like the reading and the listening for IELTS, the higher your chances of getting selected. Those of you who still don't know how this is done, please, there is something on IRCC called the CRS calculator. Now, remember, why Express Entry, like why is it difficult now to move to Canada with a PR? Is first, requirements to get it is not bonbon. Secondly, the time frame makes it so difficult, and because a lot of laws are changing. Now, let's go to the requirements. Let's take it gradually. If you check the requirements and you think you meet the requirements, you can only be selected based on the number of points you have. And remember, as you are preparing to go to the pool, like you have to first of all go to the Express Entry pool after meeting all requirements. Then from the pool now, the government of Canada is going to be selecting people, all right, with that people that they need from that pool, then giving them invitations to apply. So if they don't select you from the pool, it means you cannot apply. You have to first of all go to the pool and wait in the pool for them to select you. When you are selected, you will get an email inviting you to apply. This is where the real work begins. But again, without you being selected, you cannot apply for PR. The things that makes PR very difficult is because so many people go to the pool, they wait in the pool for a very long time. Because of what? They didn't have the required points that IRCC is looking for or the Canadian government is looking for. Because sometimes it also depends too on the occupations they are looking for. There are in-demand jobs in Canada that Canada is looking for. So sometimes a particular province, community, or let me just say IRCC, sometimes they are looking for a particular group of people. They go into the pool, then they cannot, maybe you meet the points, but you do not belong to that group. For example, early this year, there was an introduction of what? Category-based selection. Those who work in the French areas, those who are transport personnel, those who have work experience in the transport sector, those who have work experience in the healthcare sector, those who have work experience in the agriculture sector, and those who have work experience in the STEM sectors. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's STEM. These 5 areas were introduced. Then before the general selection. So if you take a look at IRCC now, you will realize that people are selected based on these 5 categories I gave you before the general option. Now, remember, it boils down to points. So when they go to the express entry pool, they will be looking, for example, if Ontario and, or let's just say all the provinces in Canada are looking to select 1,500 people who are health professionals, right? Now, the advantage here is if you have your scores, maybe your scores are like 490, 495, you stand a chance in this area. Do you know why? Because many people in the pool may not have the work experience in the health area. They are not health professionals, right? Many people in the pool are not in the transport sector, right? Many people in the pool are not in the STEM areas, science, mathematics, and all the rest. Many people in the pool are not in the agriculture sector. They do not have work experience in the agriculture area. Now, if you belong to this area, it's going to be easy for you. Yes, it's going to be easy for you to easily get picked from the pool. Now, if your points were not even that big, you can be selected easily and invited to apply for PR. What makes it difficult is because majority of people do not belong to these 5 categories. And now, when you check the list points, when they go now to select people in the general category, many people will be available. With what? List points. And now, those that have very high points up there will be picked, and you with small points will be dropped or will be left in the pool. So this is why it makes express entry extra difficult. And because of this, it's now becoming very competitive. Many people are now rushing it. Many people are now even like some people, when they discover that their points are very low, all right, if your points are very low, you also stand a chance to increase your points by maybe taking a better degree or maybe taking another exam like the French exam, the TEF or the TCF. Right? So some people, when they do their evaluation, they realize that their points are very low. They now choose to go and write the French exams. And when they write these exams, their points will automatically improve, like increase, especially those who are good in the French areas. Their points will increase and automatically they stand a chance to be selected over you who hasn't written the exams. What if you don't have the money to write? Someone who has the money to write already is ahead of you. So please, I am saying this because if you take a look at IRCC, you will notice that the points that have been selected, like if you check the general entry, right, like the general classification, those that were selected for the general option, the points there are very big, like 540 something. What about those who have 430, 450, 470? You don't stand a chance, guys. So I'm just here to explain these things to you so you understand. If you are still in the pool and you are looking at express entry and your points are not up to 480, 490 even, guys, I will advise you to start looking at other options to go into Canada. If Canada is the only place you want to immigrate to. Because if you keep waiting, take a look at the scores, right? Even those in the healthcare sector, they stand a chance because when they are selecting, many people are not there. So you, with your small scores, have a chance to go in. I have a friend whose friend was selected for the French area. Yeah, the guy is a francophone. And because of what? When he was being, I think he had like 380 something. and he was in the pool. Imagine, and he was selected. But now when it comes to the general area and the STEM areas, look at the scores: 500, 499, 520, 530. So you have to be strategic. Do not go and wait in the express entry pool and you are expecting manners to fall from above. No. Remember, even the more your age, the lesser, the more the disadvantage. Because remember, when you are in the pool, right, and after 1 year, your age would subtract your points. What I mean here is, if you go, let's say every birthday you lose 5 points. Let's assume that now you calculate your points and you have 510, right? Then after your birthday, like you are there for 1 year and nothing, then after your birthday, you automatically lose 5 points. So instead of 510, you will now come back to 5.5. Now, what about somebody who is younger in age and have taken all this exam? This person has an advantage over you. So you have to be strategic, guys. You have to be strategic. And again, IRCC don't do these draws as they used to do it before. Before, they could do draws maybe before 2 weeks, they do 2 draws. But now they will do draws and maybe after 1 month, check and see. The list from IRCC is there. Check the people who were selected and when the draws were done. You will see that they don't do the draws often. So I'm just here to explain so that people who still do not understand should know all these things. And again, remember, for those of you who want to move with your fiancé, it's okay. But remember, when you write the IELTS exam and your spouse doesn't take it, it reduces your points if you are married. So I will advise you to take the IELTS, and your spouse should also take the IELTS exam. And do not take it to fail. Please, if you take it, make sure you are passing. Like you will score a very good point. Because if you take it and you score a very low points, or one of you score very low, it is a very big issue. I'm just saying this so that people can sit up and also open their eyes. There are various pathways. You must not go to Canada. You must not go to America. Choose where you can enter and stop comparison. Don't, because people are going to Canada, you shouldn't be only focusing on Canada. No. Remember, in time to come, these things will be very expensive. Even to go to Europe will be hard. It's even already hard. So you have to be strategic. I'm making this video so that I can encourage those that were asking me. Some people were asking me, so that's why I am here. Please take a look at the points that have been selected lately. Take a look at what is needed. Then if you are right, I have people who have been writing IELTS. I know someone who've written 4 or 5 times now. She hasn't been able to get the scores she needs. And then lastly, I advise her to take the study pathway and go in, if at all Canada is the only place she wants to go. Okay? Some people are equally running away from Europe because Europe is becoming so complicated. But again, Canada is, I don't understand. Choose where you want to go, but be strategic and understand things are changing. Now, many people do not even know that the proof of funds have increased. It has increased. In another video, I'm going to talk about how much you need for a family, for yourself, a family of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and even above. All right. But remember, for you to go to the pool, you need the CRS calculator. Calculate your points. There they will ask you your education, qualifications. They will ask your work experience. They will ask if you are single or married or divorced or stuff like that. Then if you have LMIA job, no LMIA job, Canadian degree, no Canadian degree, and stuff like that. Then that calculator will now help you to show you where you belong. You can just get some scores for your IELTS and put them there. But trust me, if you are already above 31 years, I would not advise you to be waiting for PR, except you are in those 5 categories I named to you. If you have work experience in the agriculture sector, transport, French areas, STEM areas, and of course healthcare, you can, even if you are 32, I will encourage you to write and enter, because there are chances that you can get a selection. I hope you understand. So this is all I have for you now. We are going to meet in another video. Bye bye.